Good afternoon, Victory Fellowship. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Listen, it's Pastor Ray, and I'm getting ready to go to work. But I wanted to drop in with this word for today as we get ready for Thanksgiving. When I was a young boy, one of my favorite things to watch was WWF. Hulk Hogan was one of my favorite wrestlers growing up. And he was the likable character. He was the fan favorite. Eat your vitamins, say your prayers, Hulkamaniacs. Like, he was this vibrant guy. And they would always have him face a heel, which is the bad guy. And for at least, if it was a 40-minute match, 32 of the 40, Hulk Hogan was getting beat up. I mean, punched, elbows dropped on him, jumping off the top rope, whatever it was, Hulk Hogan was getting beat up for 32 out of the 40 minutes. And at a point in the match, Hulk Hogan would get hit and start shaking. Get hit and start shaking. And then he would point to the guy, you. And then the match would turn. And eventually Hogan would do the famous leg drop off the ropes, cover him and go 1, 2, 3. And there was the win, right? As a kid, the whole time I'm watching it, not realizing that wrestling is scripted, not realizing that it's fake, I'm on eggshells because I felt like the guy I was rooting for was about to lose. Not realizing the whole time it was written for him to lose the match for 32 minutes. It was written for him to seemingly get ready to lose the championship. It was written for him to struggle. It was right. It was written that way, and because it was written that way, me as a fan, I'm on pins and needles, not knowing. But it was never in doubt to those that knew the outcome. It was never in doubt to Hulk Hogan. It was never in doubt to those that knew the script. It was never in doubt to anyone but to me who was watching. I was the only one that was ever afraid of Hulk Hogan losing in his match. It was only me that was afraid. It was only me that was nervous. It was only me that was scared. Never Vince McMahon, never Hulk Hogan, and never even the guy that was up against Hulk Hogan, right? Nobody was ever scared, only me. And so what I'm trying to tell us today is that no matter how much you've been losing, thank God that the script was written and you won't lose. Thank God that it's already been predetermined that you are the victor and not the victim. God has fixed the fight. For the last 11 months, God has fixed the fight your entire life. That while it seems like you're losing now, here's your Thanksgiving. I'm really not losing. It's been scripted for me to win. I'm coming out, and I'm coming out victorious because God knows how to script it. God knows how to write it for me to be the victor and not the victim. That's your word on today. It's been predetermined that you shall win. No matter the size of your giant, be thankful that God is giving you what you need in order to fight your battles. Let me share this with you, just so you have biblical reference. David and Goliath. Goliath is this tall giant. David is this young shepherd boy. And everyone's afraid of Goliath but David. But there is something interesting, and I'll have time to dig in it today. But historically, many suppose that Goliath was this giant, but he could not see far. Because in that day, giants of that size, that magnitude, it was said that they had trouble seeing. Their vision was messed up, which is why Goliath often said, "Come to me," because he was trying to get David to be sucked into his wheelhouse where he could get in his line of sight and be taken out. But David did not get into the eyesight of Goliath. He did not get close enough where the fight would be in Goliath's favor. Goliath knew that he was there. Goliath could see that he was small in stature, but he could not see him well enough to fight him. Could not see him well enough to fight him. So he said, come. David was skilled at being able to use his slingshot. He could pick a bird out of the sky and hit that bird with his slingshot. And so David didn't put on Saul's armor. David, realizing what his strengths are, David realizing what his skill set was, knew how to fight that giant. And he took his stone and slung it and hit Goliath in the head, because he stayed out of the eyesight, out of the reach of the giant. And all I'm trying to tell you is that while we know that it's a fixed fight, you have to guard yourself around your enemy, knowing your strengths, but also recognizing their weaknesses. Most times your enemy can't see you. They cannot get close enough to touch you. And the closer you get to your enemy, you make yourself available and you make yourself potentially fall victim to your enemy. But stay at a distance and use what God has given you to pick them out. Hit them where it hurts. Hit them where they cannot touch you. Here is the good news. Your enemy has to be close to you in order to take you out. But because of God in you, you don't have to be close to your enemy, because he's giving you a skill set to defeat your enemy from a distance. Y'all go and be blessed today, because it's a fixed fight. You're going to win without having to be close. I love you. May God bless you. May heaven continue to smile upon you. See you Sunday, 10 a.m. Enjoy your Thanksgiving. We got a big December coming up, so enjoy your Thanksgiving. And we will see you Sunday, 10 a.m. I'm on Punch.